Alrighty then. Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. And this is the Mindset Matters channel, y'all, where we talk about different mindset topics. So if you are interested in different mindset topics, make sure you like, subscribe, all of the above. Listen, y'all, listen here. Okay. This is something that we really need to think about. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna flip this screen around. I'm gonna show y'all some of the research that I've been doing on this because this is incredibly important. This is super important, not just for TikTok as a platform, but for every single platform, for every single platform that we're deciding to jump on. Okay, this is not just a TikTok issue. This is way bigger than this. Okay, this is something that we really need. So I need y'all to chime in on this, all right, as I'm going through this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip my screen. My bad. That's a reasonable thing to be upset about, right? It's like, or to have concern with, right? And let me share my screen on here so y'all can see what's going on. I'm also on here, so let me go ahead and make sure I do that here. So yeah, we'll share the screen, and yes, we'll just share the entire screen so y'all can see exactly what's going on, what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the stuff that I was reading. All right, so look here. Okay, so because I'm gonna go step by step on this, I was like, okay, so they're asking them to give up the rights and everything, right? And it's like, okay, right, okay, this is a Beijing based internet company, so that's not in the US. We have about 7,000 employed US people that work for TikTok, right? And there's 150 million users on TikTok, right? And I'm like, okay, so they want them to give up the power. I'm like, okay, what is that? And they're like, okay, this is the reason why we're banning it because of data security, and it's like this could be a possible breach in security, and it could get into the hands of the Chinese government. Okay, cool. All right, let's look up some other stuff. Here's the little small things. Here's the small things that are linked into the idea of what this really is about, right? It's a little bit deeper than just, oh, okay, yeah, they could be, they could be using TikTok to spread false information, possibly influencing political discourse and election outcomes, right? But here's the main thing that really gets people. there's a lack, there are concerns about the lack of algorithmic transparency on TikTok and the potential for mis and disinformation, right? Okay, we're gonna say, but this is the main idea right here. This actually has nothing to do with data concerns, right? Algorithmic transparency, they're looking at, okay, we're losing because you guys have created some type of algorithm that really hooks everybody. What is that? And TikTok is like, no, we ain't giving that to y'all. And so that's one of the main concerns. That's one of the main concerns that they have. Okay. So let's move over. Let's move over because there was something else that I saw. Okay. And so here's one thing that we need to really pay attention to, y'all. Really pay attention to this. Okay. Why are some governments banning TikTok? Well, each government organization that has banned TikTok from devices has cited security concerns. TikTok can collect lots of personal information from its users. In the app's privacy policy, it states that when you create an account, upload content, or interact with the platform in any way, TikTok can and will collect the following: any account and profile information, name, age, username, phone number, profile image, email, and password, any user-generated content uploaded to the app, audio recording, photos, comments, and videos, direct messages, any information used to purchase something through the app, card numbers, names, information from third-party payment apps, billing, and shipping address. Okay, some of TikTok's information gathering methods can be circumvented by taking steps like denying the app access to your contacts, but much of TikTok's information gathering is automatic and cannot be stopped by the user. For instance, you must share your device IP address, mobile carrier, network type, your location, cookies. Device metadata describes how and when and where your user-generated content was created. Now, here's what I want to really help you guys to understand. Okay, here's what I really want to help you guys to understand is that all of the apps do the exact same thing. Every single app asks for your device information, your location, cookies. It has device metadata, any account and profile information. Any app you download, when you look, not every, but most of the apps that you download, when you look at this, any account information, age, username, phone number, password, all of them have that. That's very key to understand. All of them have that. So here's the deal. Here's why this is such a major thing, as opposed to just focusing on its banning, the banning of TikTok itself as a platform. If all platforms are getting this information, y'all, this is a me and you concern, because we're not doing the due diligence to stop these apps from doing this. We're allowing this to happen by accepting the terms and conditions. This is something that we're deciding is okay. You decide, okay, this is okay because everybody is on this app and I want to be on the app too. And I'm going to hit accept and you can collect all my data. We're giving all of them, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, it don't matter. You're giving all of them that information, your profile information, name, phone number, password. They have to have this information to be able to operate. And so in the way that they want to operate, right? In the way that they want to operate. And plus there's a lot of technical stuff that goes along with that, because if you didn't have a password, if they didn't have that somewhere, if there wasn't some type of way that they can log that in, there would be no possible way for them to get you back in if you mess yourself up. So there's a lot of technical stuff that goes into this, but here's what I'm going to encourage everybody to do. Here's what you really need to understand is you need to understand this is what, and then I'm gonna go over what TikTok has said. What you need to understand is that you should do due diligence to make sure you're reading the terms and conditions to everything you're agreeing with. That is just facts. It's gonna take a long time. It's massive. There are pages and pages and pages. But if you think about it really at scale, it really ain't gonna take a lot of time out your day. Maybe 30 minutes. Maybe 30 minutes to read all of it. To understand it is gonna take longer. But the more you do it, the more you're going to take the power back in your possession so that you know what you want to allow. And this is something that we're going to have to do, y'all. This is something that we're going to have to do. Otherwise, you're going to continue to just acquiesce and be like, here you go. I just want to be on this app. Everybody's on this app. Take my information. Lead me. And you're going to have to trust them. You're going to place your trust in them. And this ain't just TikTok, y'all. This is not just TikTok. This is every single platform. And there's a danger with that, with every single platform, y'all. It doesn't matter if it's just TikTok. That the reason why it's TikTok is because they like, yo, this is over in Beijing. So, hey, I got a problem with that because I don't know if y'all giving this information to the government, right? To y'all government and then possibly trying to take over. That is logical. And that makes sense. However, it is not to ignore the fact that every single platform does this, y'all. That's what I'm trying to help you to understand. Every single platform asks for this. So look, now I'm about to go over this, what TikTok has said. And I think it's very interesting. So let's go over what TikTok has said. All right. So in rare remarks earlier this month at a Harvard Business Review conference, TikTok CEO Shou Chew doubled down on the company's prior commitments to address the lawmakers' concerns. The Chinese government has actually never asked us for U.S. user data, Chew said. This is the CEO saying that. The Chinese government has actually never asked us for U.S. user data, Chew said. And this is as of, this article is as of a couple days ago. So he's saying, yo, they ain't never asked us for that. And we've said this on record that even if we were asked for that, we will not provide that. Chew added that all U.S. user data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that data is completely controlled by U.S. personnel. That is incredibly important to know because it's like, okay, hold on. If we have all of the information, all of the U.S. data is stored by default in the U.S. Oracle Cloud infrastructure. And he said on record that even if we were asked from the Chinese government for the information, for U.S. information, data, and all of that, we will not provide that. That's on record now. This is on record. They're saying that's what they won't do. So if they go against that, this is the CEO. If they go against that as a company, that's going to cause them major problems, right? Because they've come out publicly on record to say we will not provide that. Now, is there a possibility to where the Chinese government be able to strong arm and just go crazy? Everybody has that possibility. Every single government has that possibility of just running up in somebody's business and being like, yo, this is what we want to do. This is what's going on. Hey, we finna do this. So here's the thing, y'all. So here's the major thing, okay? Here's the major thing that you want to understand is that we all have a responsibility. We all got a responsibility, y'all. Okay? The responsibility falls on us to do the due diligence, to do the research, to really dive into this stuff and really try and understand it. That's really the only way we're truly going to know what's going on. We can continue to try and accept, this news channel, that news channel, this place, that place. They're telling us this is correct. This person's telling us this correct. The only way you will truly know, this is why this is an emergency message, because as this goes down, y'all, as this goes down, as this whole thing is going on, you need to start taking back your own power, your own ability to gain information and to be as informed as possible. So with these platforms and stuff, y'all, it's just very concerning, because this is getting down to the point where you're gonna really have to know what they're looking for, what they're asking for of you. And again, like I said in the beginning, the terms and conditions, all of this stuff, you need to read this stuff, y'all. Now I'm gonna have to go deep. I'm gonna have to try and understand extra. So even on here, they're like, divest its ownership, on this thing, divest its ownership. I'm like, the heck does divest mean? Right? So that's going to cause you to learn more, but it's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. It's not, yes, is it a little more cumbersome? But if we don't truly take the time to start trying to understand this stuff and stop letting them throw out different words and different verbiage that we don't understand, and we just say, well, I don't feel like looking this up, whatever, I'm just going, okay, let me just take my information, then that's on us, y'all. It's on us. And here's my major thing. What I truly want to do is help people to think better. Think for yourself. That's why I said mindset matters more than anything else. It's simply because what your mind is set on, how it's geared, is going to determine everything. That's going to determine everything, y'all. Money isn't going to solve any issues until you are well informed to be able to think better for yourself, so you can make very sure, it's not always going to be 100%, but you need to start making very sure decisions with different things that you're doing. And so we have that ability. If there's something in these clauses, terms and conditions, and all of that stuff, we need to bring that to light. Hey, this is something that's happening. Do we or do we not want this to go on? And if we don't want it to go on, we can't be so addicted, so wanting to, be on a platform. And because think about it, y'all. In most cases, nowadays, it ain't about connecting. It ain't about connecting with your family. A lot of people are trying to blow up somehow. A lot of people are trying to build their business on here. A lot of people are trying to, just look for entertainment. A lot of it used to, initially it started off to where it was like, oh snap, now I'm in Arizona, I'm from Wisconsin, true story. Now I can connect with my people, they can post stuff online and I can see what they're doing, and that eliminates the idea of me having to fly there every summer, every weekend. So now we can connect, right? That makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, this is wonderful. But now it's turned into something to where now all of these eyes can find different people, to where it gives you an opportunity to build a platform for yourself. And you can now possibly go viral, possibly build a business from this, or be self-employed from this, right? Because self-employed and business is completely different. But you now have that possibility with these things. So you got to ask yourself, to have that possibility, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up? Because they know how strong that possibility is. They know how strong that addiction is. They know how much you want that. And so here's what we require of you. Here's what we're going to ask you. We're going to ask you for your user data, your information, your metadata, your password, your everything, so that you can be on this platform. And again, it's not just TikTok. This is every single platform that this goes on. I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram. It does not matter. They all ask for personal information. Well, actually, one of the lesser ones might be YouTube, but I think they still do this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I think these are just more accessible because you're able to come on it daily and just do small little quick daily clips of yourself. But the emergency, y'all, is for us to do more research. That's the emergency. That's what this is all about. We need to do more research. We need to be way more informed. We need to inform ourselves much more than we have been doing previously. And that's incredibly important. That's incredibly important to understand. It is a real life emergency as we're going into this ban. And I told y'all some of the stuff that we saw here. We're going to look at it one last time, man. I'm going to look at it one last time. Whoever see this, man, it's like whoever get to see it, right? One last time. Let's look at some of the things that is going on. Okay. US wants TikTok to divest its ownership stake or face a ban, right? It's like, okay, what does divest mean? To give up some of its power or its rights. Okay, well, hey, why the heck are they looking for a ban? Well, the primary concern raised by officials banning TikTok centers on data security, especially fears that user information could end up in the hands of the Chinese government. Okay. Well, in addition to that, there are concerns about lack of algorithmic transparency. Very interesting, because TikTok is now a powerhouse platform. It's now the go-to platform. Okay. So then let's look at here. What information can they get from you? Well, all of this stuff, please pause, read if you need to. Any account information, age, name, all of that stuff. I've read all of that stuff. And then all of this stuff. But again, it's not just TikTok. All of these platforms ask for that information. So that's important to note as well. Okay. And then, so what has TikTok said about this? Well, in rare remarks earlier this month, TikTok CEO Shou Chu doubled down on the company's prior commitments to address the lawmakers' concerns. The Chinese government has actually never asked us for US user data. This is what he said on record. He said they never asked us for US user data. And we said this on record. He even said they said it on record that even if we were asked for that, we will not provide that. Now, that's him. That's the CEO saying, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to handle this. If that even possibly goes down, this is what we're going to stand on record. So if he's lying about this and this ends up getting found out, this whole thing is going to shut down, because this is the CEO saying this. This is a business. Okay, you can't just come out there and just say something goofy like, hey, we said this on record. If the government asks, for information that we don't want to give out, we're not going to give it to them. And then you end up leaking it to them, giving it to them. And then it's like, oh, what the heck? This entire thing's going to get shut down. He's saying we will not provide that. He also added that all US data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that data is completely controlled by US personnel. So again, we got to think about, is it this? Is it the lack of algorithmic transparency, which isn't a requirement? You don't have to. This is their business, their algorithm. That's like the secret sauce of freaking McDonald's Big Mac, and they say, oh yeah, here, Burger King, here, have our secret sauce, so everybody can have the secret sauce. And then then there's no secret. Then there's no secret. You can't, what? No, this is their secret sauce. This is why TikTok is so good, is because the algorithm, right? But you don't have to divest that information. They're not privy to that information. But I believe that that's one of the main ideas of why all of this is going on. So just some things to consider, y'all. Again, the whole idea behind why I decided to go live is because I want you guys to do more research. It's gonna, yep, it sucks. But we got to get used to it. We got to teach our kids to do it. This is what much larger. This is much larger than just some ban of some platform. But I wanted to use that as a marker because it's getting wild. It's starting to get wild. That here in oh, I can't even do it. But yeah, because on TikTok, if you look up Mindset Matters Most, you'll see I clipped a little piece of show doing the he came on this morning. I was like, whoa, hold up. What? I'm like, dude, the CEO is like, yo, I'm here in Washington, DC. We about to go talk about this ban. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Things is getting serious. All the influencers was talking about it. I ain't see no, I'm like, whatever, y'all always fear mongering. But the CEO got on. He like, look, I'm in Washington, DC right now. We finna talk about this. That means, oh yeah, it's dead serious. So again, with all of the data privacy concerns, y'all read the terms and conditions, try and understand it, right? Don't think that you don't have time for it because you really do. It's not going to take that long. And the more we do it, the more we'll begin to understand these clauses and all of this stuff they got wrapped up inside of the freaking terms and conditions. On one hand, a lot of it is to deter you from reading it. On the other hand, it's because they do have to cover, as a business, you got to cover a whole bunch of different things so the business don't get sued, right? So you got to cover all bases. So that's why it's so incredibly long. But we should no longer just acquiesce our information. Hey, yeah, sure, I want to be on this platform. Let me just give you all of this, right? If there's a actual concern that you have, you gotta, this is, man, it's like, I know I'm throwing this out here to straight brick walls, man, but I'm going to slow down a lot of the content creation and everything simply because I need to do a lot more research. I need to do a lot more research into this stuff. And I encourage you guys to do the same. We're the powerhouses, y'all. If we all slow down and really start looking at what this stuff means, then the apps they'll have to figure it out. They'll have to slow down with us. You know, it's only because we're trying to keep up. We're trying to do all the post daily consistent. Oh, you gotta be super consistent. It's like, no, man, you gotta, if you post something that's real good, you can do once a month. I mean, there's multiple influencers that show that. If you just post something once a month, but it's really freaking good content, it's cool, man. People will wait on it, right? But man, yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. Really think about this. Really start understanding things, and that's with everything, y'all. That's with rental agreements. That's with everything, y'all. We gotta start reading everything. We gotta start reading everything, man. That's just what it is. Hey, it says Facebook user, so I don't know who this is, but how you doing? Oh, and I forgot, this probably ain't they always make it so that I can't share this to everyone. It'd be kind of whatever. But yeah, man. It's incredibly important, y'all. It's just incredibly important that we start actually reading the terms and conditions and trying to understand this stuff, man. You gotta understand this stuff, y'all. Let me see.